Hello, this is Christy Marie with Status Assist, bringing you one more video to help you reclaim your sovereignty one step at a time. Today, we'll be taking a look at how we correct our status, and one of the steps is doing the witness testimonies, where someone that's known you for 7 years or longer can agree to testify that they actually agree that your picture and your name and your birth certificate all line up and is the same man or woman. All right, so with that, we're on the Streamline correction process, and we've got the 2 witness testimonies information right here. You can see that you can choose to go to a recording secretary or a state notary. There's also one here that says assembly notary, but right now we don't really have very many assembly notaries, if any, because we really need recording secretaries. So just focus on that. You could have it notarized, witnessed, recorded with either a recording secretary or a state notary. They fulfill basically the same role. They'll each have a log and create record of the time and date that you're making the record, and it can serve later when you need evidence that you really are who you say you are. With that, I'm also going to share that you can go to chart your course right here, which drops right down underneath correct your status, and that will take you to this website, Chart Your Course, where many different directions that some people needed to go. For example, some people need the military piece. Sometimes people need to understand more about delivering a baby on the land. There's all kinds of information you guys might need from here, but here's one that's the witness testimony, and over here there's the small thumbnail size. So if you click here, it'll take you to additional information. Right here is the birth certificate witness information by Anna right here. So you can go to that information. Again, this is the Chart Your Course website, and there you can get the witness testimony form there also. Go back to this Streamline process, and right here you can choose the form that you would sit down and have the recording secretary from the land jurisdiction. You can contact a state coordinator to find a recording secretary, or a state notary is someone you're going to find in the bank, credit union, a title company. Maybe there's someone you know that's a notary. They've been given a commission by the Secretary of State in your state, sometimes the lieutenant governor. Go ahead and click on this, and it'll take us right here. And you can see that this form is available for you to fill in. The top portion I refer to as the part that you are able to do yourself. I'm going to click right here where I can enable editing. That's what allows me to do it. There does need to be a recognition that you have to put a name in here. I one time had someone bring me one of these with no name in here. You can put a line in there. You can type a name in there. You'll want to go get a passport photo taken. You can do that at maybe a drugstore. There was a local mom and pop owned mailboxes kind of a place here in town, so I went to them to have the passport photo done. You can also go online, take a look, do a search for passport photos, and you'll see kind of how they're done. You're not really supposed to smile in them. You'll need a passport photo for when you want to order a credential card through the assembly, or also when you order a passport in the near future, as one of the future steps that you'll take to reclaim your sovereignty. So you want to put your name here, and it needs to match the photo. With the physical address, you might want to learn to start doing care of. You can ask others about that, or when I get a chance, I'll make a video about that. That's the portion up there. All it is that you need someone to testify and verify that this is the picture of the person named here, and this is your address. This section, starting here, is really for the one who's going to witness. So that might be your mom, your dad, your brother, sister, aunt, uncle, friend from high school, someone you've known 7 years, your pastor, a doctor that's seen you for 7 years, someone that can actually say, yep, I've known this person for 7 years. And really all they're going to say is, let's say that your mother-in-law's name is Mary Smith, and it would say, I, Mary Smith, maybe Mary Sue Smith, know the lawful person shown in the photo that they were born at the time and place on the birth certificate. my relationship is mother-in-law of 15 years. I recommend that you put a certain number of years in there. Long time friend for 25 years. It could be that it's, pastor of 7 years, whatever it is. And then this is just where the person is going to be putting their signature, their autograph. You don't have to confuse the situation by trying to have them use the word autograph. Just say signature if it's someone unfamiliar with what we're doing on the land and soil. And they're just going to testify that this is true and complete, that you really are the person, that's the name and the photo matches and it matches your birth certificate. So affirmed on this day. When you create a record, it needs a date. And then they're going to put their signature here, and then they can put their phone number, email, address, all three or just one. And then down here, this portion is for the notary. Here's a sample that I made using my passport photo, but with fictitious information in it. This woman's name is Jessica Ann Smith, and here's an address for her. This is going to be Jessica's mother-in-law, Joanne Marie Smith, and saying that, yep, her name and face and all that matches, and that's the person on the birth certificate. And I know because I've known her for 15 years. This Joanne Marie Smith signs her name. Please note that this is all in blue ink. On the land, we use red. When we're in the sea jurisdiction, we use blue. Black is a symbol of dead entity. So down here, the Secretary of State, the notary for the Secretary of State, may actually use black. And I wrote the state here, State of Oregon, because this is a notary, working for the State of State Incorporated. So State of Oregon Incorporated, they won't write incorporated there, but you could write State of Oregon in there, or they can. The county, I put Portland County. Today I was visited by the witness. The witness, again, is the mother-in-law, and they were properly identified to me. So the mother-in-law is going to have to show her ID, and then it's going to be logged in the notarial log. And they did sign this record in my presence for the purpose described. And here's the date. So the date here and the date here, all of that gets filled in front of, as the record is being made. So it's in front of the notarial witness. And then I just gave her a name, Jane C. Notary. And of course, because she has a license and registration through the State of State system, she has to kind of keep doing that all the time, is making sure she's up to date on anything like that. And so she has an expiration date. Now, if you're meeting with a recording secretary does not have an expiration. We just do our system different on the land. That is the basics of how you do that. That's a sample. Please remember to look below for helpful information, the article from Anna, a link to correct your status, other helpful information. I also want to remind you that you might want to go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because I might provide information that helps you take additional steps as you regain your sovereignty, one step at a time.